Welcome to our latest Wandering Walks of Wonder adventure. Today we're headed out to Colorado in the small town of Castle Rock. Castle Rock began with the Arapaho and Cheyenne peoples who occupied the land between the Arkansas and South Platte rivers for centuries. In the 1860s, white settlers began to arrive in the area, drawn by rumors of gold and by land that was made available through the Homestead Act of 1862. Our tour begins at the historic Denver and Rio Grande Railroad Depot here in Castle Rock. This is also home to the Castle Rock Museum. This restored 1875 depot once handled the passengers and freight traveling to and from Castle Rock. Formerly located on the west side of the tracks, north of 3rd Street, the railroad depot was moved to its current location in 1970. Take a look at the cornice brackets on the roof of the building, and you will see that these are some of the most elaborate here in Castle Rock. There's a bay window that we see here on the south side of the building, and there's also another one along the track side as well. One of the first settlers in the area near today's Castle Rock was Jeremiah Gould. He owned about 160 acres just to the south of what was called the Castle Rock, which the town is named for this prominent rock formation that overlooks the town that we'll see here in just a bit. At that time, the settlement consisted of just a few buildings for prospectors, workers, and cowboys. In 1874, Gould donated 120 acres to the new town, which was also now home to the Douglas County government. As mentioned, we'll take a look at the Castle Rock itself in just a bit when we go through the rock, but this is a prominent rock formation that overlooks the town. This rock formation is made of rhyolite, which is a volcanic rock that is resistant to erosion. That formation occurred about 58 million years ago and is thought to have been formed by a volcanic eruption. This discovery of the rhyolite stone in the butte near Plum Creek in what is now Castle Rock made it an important station for north-south railroad traffic. The Denver and Rio Grande Railroad, where we just saw the depot here just a bit ago, was a major shipping point for rhyolite, cheese, and other agricultural products. Castle Rock continued to grow in the late 19th and 20th centuries. The town was incorporated in 1887 and the population grew to over 1,000 by 1900. Castle Rock was also continues to be a popular destination for tourists. Many who come to see the rock formation, the rhyolite quarries, and some of the nearby mountains. As we head into the downtown area, you'll see here on your right, just up a ways just a bit here, the St. Francis of Assisi Church. This old stone church, known as St. Francis of Assisi, was Castle Rock's first Catholic church and built in 1888 by local stonemasons. It was dedicated on December 15, 1889, and became a religious center for Catholic families of Douglas County. This church, as you can see, is constructed in the Gothic Revival style, and it's actually made of that rhyolite stone with a front gabled main roof and a conical roof over the nave in the rear. Today, it serves as a restaurant. Ahead of us is a house that was once known as Victoria's House and is now the Chamber of Commerce building for Castle Rock. This rhyolite house was built in 1889, and an addition was added to the back of the house by the Chamber of Commerce. Victoria Christensen, a teacher, was known as a beautiful socialite and leader of women's groups. Her parents bought the house in 1896 and moved in with Victoria and her two siblings. When her mother died in 1917, the house was left to Victoria and her sister Esther. 2 days later, Victoria became sole owner by a quitclaim deed. Victoria died in the house in 1942. Ahead of us, you can actually see a good view of Castle Rock itself. This is that rhyolite stone that was supposedly left by a volcano. And it's actually what Victoria's house here, the stonework that you see, was made out of. This wood frame building that we see here on our right is called the City Hotel. This hotel was originally built by Thomas Harris in the town of New Memphis, which was just a short way here from Castle Rock. It was built in the early 1870s. In 1877, the building was moved here to its present location, which was the main thoroughfare of Castle Rock, and only 1 block away from the depot. Known as the Harris Hotel, it became the Castle Rock Hotel. After Mayor Harris's death in 1844, he was killed by a runaway steer in the streets of Castle Rock. Philip Crenshaw acquired the hotel and renamed it the City Hotel. These railroad tracks that we see in front of us were once the tracks for the Denver and Rio Grande Railroad, which reached Castle Rock in 1871. But by 1872, the railroad was constructed a little bit further southward along Plum Creek. Now you're wondering probably why we're walking past this old building here on our right. This is the Castle Rock Fuel and Feed Elevator, and it's really a landmark structure here in Castle Rock. The Castle Rock Fuel and Feed Elevator was built and constructed by banker and benefactor Philip S. Miller. There are still Castle Rock residents who remember the special train whistle that signaled that the grain car had arrived at the fuel and feed platform to be filled with grain from the nearby farms. Hi. This building here on our right was once called the Douglas County Mercantile Lumber Warehouse. It now houses an antique store and craft store called The Barn. Built in 1905, the warehouse was the site of the Douglas County Mercantile Company until 1942 when Clyde Richardson, a Parker lumberyard owner, bought the building and its contents to operate Richardson's Lumber Company for the next 42 years. The building was later sold and renamed as the Douglas Lumber Company. We'll now take a quick walk through Festival Park here in Castle Rock. This is really a beautiful urban park, used quite a bit for different festivals as well as different activities. Here on the day that I was filming this, there was a cornhole tournament. As we head down Perry Street here, we'll take a look at some of the historic homes that are in the downtown Castle Rock area. This red wood frame home is called the Saunders House and was built around the mid 1870s. This next house here, which is actually a coffee shop, is rumored to be one of the oldest houses in Castle Rock, and it was built in 1875 by one of Castle Rock's original settlers and signatory to the town's Articles of Incorporation. And this final house, the Owens House, was built in the late 1870s. Across the street from us was originally the First National Bank of Douglas County, as well as the Masonic temple. This two-story stone building was constructed in 1904. The building was part of First National Bank until it closed during the Depression in 1933. In 1937, it was purchased and reopened by the Masons for Douglas Lodge number 153. The building constructed was made of that local rhyolite stone. I hope you've enjoyed this Wandering Walks of Wonder tour through Castle Rock, Colorado. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you on our next walk. Take care now. Bye-bye.